Thank you so much for joining us after that short break. Speaking of short, there was a second test between the Proteas and India, which was over in just over 4 sessions. The match lasted for a day and a bit, making it officially the quickest in history in relation to the number of balls bowled. Now, India won the match by 7 wickets on Thursday morning to square the series. There were 2 major factors in the Proteas being bowled out for 55 on day 1. First, being the state of the pitch, and secondly, the quality of batting. Now, to analyse what transpired and more, we're joined by our cricket analyst, Ayavuya Myoli. Ayavuya, great having you on the show.
Thank you.
I promise this won't be as quick as that test. But what did you make of this? Was this part of the evolution of Test cricket? It was very surprising.
Yeah, man, not like I didn't expect it. I planned to watch the cricket for 5 days. I was in Newlands. I knew Centurion, usually you watch it for 4 days, something like that. And when you go to Newlands, it always lasts for like 5 days. I was a bit surprised that it ended in that space of time.
So what did you make about the pitch quality and the fact that they say the Western Province Cricket Association doesn't have a full-time groundsman?
Yeah, man, I think that was the state of the pitch. Like, I spoke to one of my mates that were there. So I say, when you saw the pitch, it didn't look, it was a bit dry, but then there was a bit of grass that they left, like a certain amount of grass. I think they kind of expected something that they wanted in Centurion, but then it didn't really work out.
There's also been talk about how significant this match between, India and the Proteas. It has made a record, and you kind of feel bad for Captain Dean Elgar, because this was his last test, and he wanted to go out with a bang, and he surely did, but not in the right way.
Yeah, I think he played a game in Centurion, scored 100. I think he said bye to his friend. It was his first time where he scored 100 in Centurion international cricket. But then he came to Newlands. I think the time, I think it was very disappointing for him. But I think it was tough for the whole guys. I think that with the pitch where people were talking about it, saying that the groundsman is part-time, and also there hasn't been a lot of Test cricket that's been played in South Africa. So that's another problem. So those strips, there's certain strips where you use for international cricket, and other strips you use for franchises and other teams. So I think also the non-use of those wickets can also add on that.
And interestingly, Dean Elgar also mentioned that the pitch shouldn't be to blame because he's had difficult wickets in the past. What's your take?
Yeah, I think like you look at the team. I think there's Dean there, there's Aiden there, and look at the way we had like three debutants there, like 3 young guys. Like look at Bellingham. We had the likes of Tony D'Souza was new, and you had the likes of the third batsman. So I think the guys were new, and they didn't really Stubbs. It was his debut. So the guys were new. They didn't really understand Test cricket. So it was the first time. So we didn't really have the experience. Because you look at Aiden Makram, when he got in there, he scored 100. I think he kind of showed them what to do with the bat. He was living well. He was playing balls on that were coming to him. So Aiden showed us what you can do on that wicket, and he scored 100 for us.
So the pitch quality wasn't the forefront of the issues that we experienced in that match. What did you think about the batting quality? Yes, I know there were debutants, and we're going to come to as well the team that's being sent now to the New Zealand Test. Do we have the quality of players coming out now in the ranks to make way for the Dean Elgars who are retiring and the Quinton de Kocks of the world?
Yeah, definitely. South Africa has got a lot of talent. I think we've always had a lot of talent in South Africa. You could check at all the franchises around. We've always produced boys that some of them also leave to go play cricket, look for greener pastures in the UK. So we've always produced a lot of talent of cricketers here. I think the thing that is, I feel like that we need. I think there's not a lot of cricket that's been played in the country, which is probably some financial issues with Cricket South Africa and stuff that they're working on. But in terms of talent in the country, is one of the things that we have.
Now, your thoughts. We've got a team that's being sent down to the away tour to New Zealand, and it's being called not a second string, not a third string. What is the term being dubbed for this team that's being sent down?
I think usually they give you the plans. ICC give you the plans for the year. I think a year before. And then there was this SA20 that just came into that's been helping a lot with Cricket South Africa, I mean, in terms of financially. So I think Cricket South Africa, I think they didn't really want to leave that SA20 because it's helping them a lot. You know, so Cricket South Africa has been going through a lot of financial problems. I think, yeah, but I think the guys that are there, I think it's guys that I've played with, it's guys that I think they've got the talent, but yeah, I think it's fortunate and unfortunate for them. I think getting a national cap and then your country is not really supporting you, I think that you didn't really deserve it, or you're the third or fourth string team. So it's a bit tough, but I think I was listening to Shukri Conrad speaking, the coach is saying like they're going to New Zealand to win, and I think the guys have a challenge on themselves if they get there and they fight for the badge. It's the same badge that they're going to wear. They're going to wear the same blazer that they're going to wear there. So I think if they can surprise us and surprise how much talent we have in the country in South Africa, so that would be a great thing if you win the Test series there in New Zealand.
Well, speaking about young talent, what are some of the young names and the rising stars to look out for?
So it's quite a few guys. I think there's quite a few guys. Look at the Lions. We have the likes of Josh Richards. Boy, who went to St. Stephen's, been playing a lot of games for the Lions, and he's done very well. Mitchell van Buren. It's quite a few. I think I've played for the Lions. I'll go more on my side with my team. But there's a lot of talent that's coming in South Africa, and still boys in high school that are also doing well and also knocking. Luandre Pretorius is another one. Kwena Mapakas are other boys that are there that are doing well and are still in like grade 11 at school, that have played for SAA and they're also in the SA20 squad.
Well, I tell you what, it has been exciting catching up on the match that we missed out. I feel like we missed out. We could have been a third test that they finished so early. But nevertheless, thank you so much, Ayavuya. It's been great having you. And I'm sure we'll speak again when we get to New Zealand for that test.
We'll definitely do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As always, breaking it down when it comes to cricket and more here on Sports Live.